Cancora, first of all, thank you for the opportunity of speaking to this very important debate on the Brexit Omnibus Bill. My position, Cancora, is quite clear. The best way forward at this time is to ratify the withdrawal agreement. The best and only way to ensure an orderly withdrawal and protect the Good Friday Agreement is to ratify the withdrawal agreement agreed between the European Union and the British Government. As made clear again by President Tusk and President Juncker on many occasions, including during the Taoiseach's recent visit to Brussels, the EU stands by the withdrawal agreement. It is not open for renegotiation, and there can be no withdrawal agreement without the backstop. If the UK's intentions of future partnership were to evolve, the EU is prepared to reconsider its offer and adjust the content and the level of ambition of the political declaration. The EU is also committed to achieving an ambitious and comprehensive future partnership with the UK. Prime Minister May and President Juncker agreed earlier this month that their terms will hold talks on whether a way through can be found that would gain the broadest possible support in the UK Parliament and respect the EU's position. These contacts are ongoing. The backstop, Cancora, is an insurance policy for avoiding a hard border for all scenarios. The backstop is about protecting the peace process, and I think it's essential that we focus on this issue. And even today we've seen the Supreme Court judge in London on the Pat Finucane case. And I want to use this opportunity at Cancora to commend Geraldine Finucane and her family and friends and supporters for their dedicated work on this particular case. And it's up now to the British Government to react. And even this morning, again, I met the families of the Dublin and Monaghan bombings, and they have issues that they want to resolve and that have the total support of all members of this Dáil. It is not inevitable that the backstop will be used. If the backstop was to be triggered, it would be temporary unless and until a better solution is found. The EU has made clear that the withdrawal agreement must include the backstop. As President Juncker and the Taoiseach said in their recent joint statement, the backstop is not a bilateral issue but a European one. The backstop cannot be time limited and cannot have unilateral exit clause. Then it would not be a backstop. The UK has consistently accepted the need for a backstop. The European Union is committed to exploring and trying to agree alternative arrangements with the UK to replace the backstop in the future. However, there are currently no alternative arrangements which anyone has put forward which achieve what both sides are determined to achieve, to avoid a hard border. The best way forward now is to ratify the withdrawal agreement and to use the time and space provided by the transition period to begin exploring alternative arrangements. The Government is not preparing for a hard border. It is not acceptable. There is no secret plan. Ireland and the EU are at one on this. The European Union has been clear that it is determined to do all it can, deal or no deal, to avoid the need for a border and to protect the peace process. And that has got to be our focus. It's essential that we protect our focus. When you look into the details in different sections of the legislation, for example, Part 14 of the bill now amends the Immigration Act 2004 to give an immigration officer the power to take fingerprints of a person for the purpose of a person's application for an Irish visa or transit visa, which he or she thinks is necessary for ensuring the integrity of the common travel area. Again, this section here dealing with the Immigration Act. I think it's important as well in relation to the immigration issue, because there's been a lot of negativity and we have our own problems in our own country as well, and we should be very, very strong on protecting the integrity of our attitude towards immigrants and being very supportive of them. We are a nation of immigrants ourselves, and we should be the ones showing leadership on this issue. And we should not tolerate any racist comments in any situation in our own country. And can I say, Cancora, it is out there, it's under the radar, and that's something that all political leaders should be very conscious of. In relation to today's debate, if the UK chooses to leave the EU without a deal, Ireland and the EU will have responsibility in terms of ensuring the protection of the single market and the customs union. The UK will have its own responsibilities, including meeting WTO requirements. And we will have our obligations under the Good Friday Agreement and to ensure that peace and stability in the north of Ireland. No matter what the outcome is to Brexit, Ireland will continue to be a full member of the European Union with all the benefits of the single market and the customs union. When the UK committed to the backstop in December 2017, they also committed to respecting the integrity of the single market and Ireland's place in it, and they have to do that. Our government is focused on achieving a deal, but is preparing for all scenarios, including a no-deal scenario. Brexit of any kind means change, and we must prepare for this unprecedented challenge. Ireland will be the most impacted country in the European Union, and it is not possible to fully mitigate for a no-deal scenario. It will be about damage limitation, and these are the concerns that many of us have. The government's contingency action plan shows preparations are underway. It covers over 30 issues across departments and agencies. On the 22nd of February, we published the withdrawal of the United Kingdom from the European Union Bill 2019. And this includes the legislation required immediately in a no-deal scenario. We are working with the Oireachtas to ensure that the bill is in place by the 29th of March. And again, I want to commend all deputies in this House for their support and strong support on unity on this particular issue. When you look at the bill, you see clearly that the bill provides for continual access to healthcare, social security protection, student support, protection of customers and justice and security measures in support of the common travel area. Measures to facilitate cooperation across the island of Ireland, including transport and energy. Additional measures to support businesses. The government's preparation work isn't new, and many deputies have claimed that in the past. It isn't new. The last 3 budgets introduced supports to help businesses to prepare for Brexit. Cabinet discusses Brexit preparations weekly. Departments, agencies hold regular stakeholder meetings. Ongoing engagement with stakeholders on Brexit continues to be a central part of our government's preparations for Brexit. The 5th All-Ireland Civic Dialogue on Brexit was held only last week. Important that East-West trade flows operate as smoothly as possible. Work on this is underway. Additional infrastructure, hiring of extra staff, that's customs and veterinary and food safety, and ICT. Recently, government agreed to ease some of the cash flow burden for businesses in the event of a no-deal Brexit, the introduction of postponed VAT accounting. Last 2 weeks, the government Brexit events in 6 counties, and more events are planned. Revenue has contacted over 80,000 businesses to advise on steps that they may need to take. Health working with industry to inform GPs, patients and hospitals and to avoid stockpiling medicine. Physical work began on the temporary infrastructure in both Dublin and the Rosslare airports. It's important that we understand and get this, that a lot of groundwork is being done and has been done. So it is wrong for some opposition TDs to say that this is not happening. A no-deal Brexit is the worst possible outcome for this country. It's not in anyone's interest, whether it's in the UK, whether it's Ireland, or whether it's in the EU. Our EU membership is the greatest protection from the challenges that Brexit will bring. The EU is a home that we all have helped to build. The latest Eurobarometer survey found that 85% of Irish people think the EU membership is still a good thing. And that doesn't mean you can't be critical and you can push for a more equal Europe, Europe built on strong, comprehensive social policies as well. Whatever the outcome of the Brexit process, Ireland will remain in the European Union with all the stability and certainty that membership builds. So I think, finally, Corla, I think it's essential that we look very, very carefully at this legislation. Again, I want to thank all colleagues from all different parties and independent colleagues for their support on this very important issue. It's going to be difficult over the next couple of weeks, but the best way forward today is to ratify the withdrawal agreement. Thank you, Corla.
Thank you very much, Minister. We move now